Welcome all to a very, very important baseball episode today. We have our round baseball series, episode 3, and oh boy, do we have a signing. Actually, in my opinion, there are so many shocking elements to this signing right now. The Dodgers have just signed Blake Snell. I repeat, the defending World Series Dodgers just signed Blake Snell to a 5-year, $182 million contract. Oh my God. Wow, this is honestly, it is right now 2:53 Eastern Standard Time. And, I went to bed a little early today. Woke up in the middle of the night, looked at my phone. Blake Snell, sign. I'm like, okay, is that a rumor? Is it real? Yes, it's real. And honestly, it is insane. Insane. And I got to say this right now. The Dodgers right now are on another freaking level. Another level. First of all, last year, their aggressive approach paid off in such a big way, spending over $1 billion in free agency and kicking off this free agency with a bang. Aggressiveness. That is what I like to see from a major league team who just won. They are not resting on their laurels. They want to continue to win, continue to build a dynasty. Wow, when you look at what that potential rotation will look like next year with Ohtani, Yamamoto, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, and then the fifth spot in the rotation, a combination of Dustin May, Tony Gonsolin, Landon Knack. They have pitching galore over there. It is honestly, I can't wrap my head around it. I cannot wrap my head around it. Blake Snell is not, I repeat, is not one of the pitchers I expected to sign this quickly. Well, maybe it was a little of, learn from last year. You heard the Yankees potentially offering him a $150 million deal, waited to the end of free agency, and had to somehow sign, in some way, a very less than Blake Snell contract. He, signed that $30 million contract with the Giants. He had an opt-out after year one, retested the market. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe he's going to see how Corbin Burns gets paid, see how Max Fried gets paid, see how some of the top tier pitchers are being paid, and then piggyback on them. But no, congratulations, Blake Snell, for setting the market. And this is, honestly, this is what I think some of the free agent pitchers and players suffered in years past. They said, you know what, let's let these other guys test the market and I'll get a bigger contract. But this is what I've always said, it's a supply and demand. In the beginning of free agency, you have all these teams clamoring with money to spend. As the free agency goes on, there's less money in the pot. Why not sign in the beginning when the most money is available? And it looks like Blake Snell has done that, and it looks like the LA Dodgers, and clap hands, Dodgers fans, you have to be freaking giddy and looking to around baseball at the Giants, at every team that potentially can pose a threat. That's the New York Mets. That's the New York Yankees. That's the Atlanta Braves. Where is everybody? The Dodgers are at play right now, snuck up. I didn't hear any rumors that the Dodgers were in on Blake Snell. We all heard Juan Soto maybe going to the Dodgers. They submitted a bid. The Mets submitted a bid. The Yankees submitted a bid. In the dark of the night, while everybody had their attention on Juan Soto, the Dodgers literally steal Blake Snell. And you know what? And again, give him credit for the aggressive nature. Don't even let other teams get a chance to bid on him. Pay him $36.2 million. Get the deal done. Done. Guarantee yourself. Almost every starting pitcher in their rotation has a chance to win the Cy Young Award. How insane is that? Yamamoto getting better. Ohtani. Oh my God. It is crazy. Blake Snell. Yes, he has his ups and downs. Was I in love with him as a Mets fan? No, but that's because I was comparing him. Oh, I'd rather have him than Corbin Burns. But at the end of the day, Blake Snell was either the second or third most desired free agent. And in some people's mind, he could be better than a Corbin Burns. You know, it's really tough for me to kind of wrap my head around this because you haven't seen a team this aggressive with free agents since maybe the Yankees 25 years ago. This is, and honestly, nobody, I'm saying maybe the Yankees, but in my opinion, nobody's been this aggressive. Nobody in successive years signing mega free agent after mega free agent, making trades with teams, swinging deals for Tyler Glass now, swinging deals in the middle of the season to add pitching. I mean, the Dodgers are again on a different level and they are ultra aggressive. This is where, you might question an approach from teams like the Mets holding on to prospects and having their prospects lose value, like Kevin Parada, Alex Ramirez. Why not continue to improve your team? Because that's what the Dodgers do. They take advantage of the trade market and they are taking advantage in a big way on the free agent market. I mean, clap hands. When you go through the Blake Snell stats, yes, it's a Jekyll and Hyde thing, but Blake Snell was always like the number one or number two pitcher, especially when he was on Tampa Bay. When he went to San Diego, he had a lot to prove. He was playing for a pitching contract. Now, really, the pressure is off. In the last 2 years, when he was playing for that pitching contract in 2023 with the Padres, he had a 6.2 WAR. We went 14-9 with a 2.25 ERA. Freaking phenomenal. His strikeout rate was 11.7. I mean, and he won the Cy Young. Honestly, he won the Cy Young. I mean, in 2023, Blake Snell was insane. Last year, he had a rough start. We know he signed late, but he still went 5-3 with a 3.12 ERA. Strikeouts per 9 innings at 12.5. His strikeout ratio was insane. It was off the charts. The only really, not only, a couple of the big knocks against Snell is he has control issues. He has a high walk rate. And the biggest thing that I was kind of like hands off. I want to question, or I want to kind of think about giving this guy a long-term contract because in his 9-year career, and I said this weeks ago, he has only pitched 2 years of 130 innings or more in 9 years. So he's always had injury problems. So, I mean, but those are the two big knocks. But if you're a team like the Dodgers who are stacked right now, in the starting pitching category, and I don't think they're done. I think they still could add a Walker Buehler. I think they still can add a Roki Sasaki. And we're talking about 2 other guys who could potentially win the Cy Young. It is nuts. It is insane. If you are a Dodgers fan, you have to be giddy. You have to be pumping your chest out, looking at the rest of Major League Baseball and kind of looking down. That's what you have to be doing. You are the defending World Series champ, and you come out of the box like a champ, like a winner. That's how you're approaching free agency, like you are the damn champs. Oh, man. And for other teams. I mean, I'm a Mets fan. Obviously, we all know I am a Mets fan, and comparing, there's no competition. I have no rotation. My New York Mets have no rotation. We have Kodai Senga right now in our rotation, and we have pieces: David Peterson, Tyler McGill. I can't even like think to compare my rotation to the Dodgers rotation. It is just two worlds apart. Two worlds apart. I mean, the Mets have a whole lot of work to do, and when they look at the aggressive nature of the Dodgers, it's just I don't know what to say. Setting the tone in a big way for the Dodgers, not taking any chance. So the details of this contract, sorry about that long kind of rant. Just wanted to give you my reaction. Okay. All right. So I gave you the stats of Blake Snell in the last 2 years. And if you look at Baseball Savant, last year in 2024, the only thing that really Blake Snell had issues with is walk percentage and ground ball rate. That's really about it. Everything else Blake Snell really excelled in a Cy Young Award winning season. Basically the same thing. Walk rate was not great. But this guy, when he's on, it just gives the Dodgers another elite weapon. So the two-time, the Dodgers have won in 2020 and 2024. So in the last 5 years, the Dodgers have been two-time World Series champs. I mean, I know they have a lot more World Series wins than that, but what have you done for me lately? So they are extremely hot organization. Blake Snell has a two-time Cy Young Award winner. The left-hander Blake Snell, 5 years, $182 million. Oh my God. Oh my God. We mentioned he was 5-3 last year with a 3.12 and 20 starts. It's just really kind of insane. I mean, there were questions. Obviously, they traded for Jack Flaherty to the Dodgers, right? Traded for Jack Flaherty in the middle of the year. Jack Flaherty was very important, down the stretch, had a couple shaky games in the playoffs, but also had a couple monumental performances, monumental wins to, you got to put wins together to win the World Series, and you need pitchers to do so. You also have potential of Clayton Kershaw coming back. Wow. A bevy of riches in LA. Oh my God. And if you look at it right now, and as I do my research, the Dodgers have more than $1 billion tied up in pitchers in their rotation next year. Yamamoto, $325 million deal, agreed to last year. Glasnow, wow, what a bargain for Glasnow. Glasnow signed that $137 million extension after the trade from the Rays. Enter Snell. Snell. That makes the committed to the pitchers at $643 million with Snell, and then on top of that, you have Shohei Ohtani, $700 million contract. So you cannot fault the Dodgers. They are putting their money where their mouth is, and they are investing in pitching. You invest in pitching. And the Dodgers are showing you this. Everybody's saying you got to develop pitching because pitching is damn expensive, right? It is expensive. But, the Dodgers have been a franchise that does develop their players, but they are telling you that you cannot wait for players to come up during your farm system. You have to strike while the iron is hot. This is very important, folks. The Dodgers, tell you need pitching, but if the pitching is not ready in your farm system, you go out and trade for it. You trade like they did for Tyler Glasnow. You trade like they did for Jack Flaherty. You go out on the free agent market and you sign a Yamamoto. You go out on the free agent market and you sign a Blake Snell. You need pitching. You need elite pitching to win. And the Dodgers are showing you that with their aggressive moves, trades last year, and with their moves this year. If you're a team like the New York Mets, you got to take note. A guy like Garrett Crochet doesn't grow on trees. You have to take advantage of elite pitching when elite pitching is available. Elite pitching is available. Over the first 6 starts in 2024, it did not look good for Snell. In the first 3 months, He went 0-3 with a 9.51 ERA, and it looked like, hey, the Giants, maybe not so great of an investment. It looks like Blake Snell, there was a reason why teams were a little cautioned last year. But Blake Snell really turned it around after July 9th. He allowed only 11 runs in his final 14 starts, going 5-0 with a 1.2 earned average in 80 and a third innings. As the Giants went 12-2 in those games, Blake Snell was extremely instrumental. He had that amazing first career no-hitter on August 7th. So, he showed his true value to a team. It was more than enough for the Dodgers to pounce and snag arguably on one of the top options on the market. Obviously, we've spoken of Fried. We've spoken of Corbin Burns. You can argue who's the best. Snell turns 32 on December 4th. And again, he was a two-time Cy Young Award winner. So, I mean, you really kind of, there's a lot of people to congratulate here. The Dodgers, obviously, you start with them. They are the first ones. You congratulate them on not resting, sitting back, being aggressive, and continuing to always want to improve their team. And then, Blake Snell, Scott Boras, it could have got really iffy. Things could have went in the other direction. It really could have. Scott Boras could have egg on his face. Blake Snell could have had egg on his face, and they saw a good contract and seized the moment, folks. You got to seize the moment. If these contracts aren't going to be available all the time, he's one of the first big guys to sign. A lot of times people are hesitant. All right, so, congratulations to the Dodgers. Congratulations to Blake Snell, Scott Boras. Job well done. All right, so the question many folks are wondering, how does this affect mega free agent superstar Juan Soto? How does it affect Juan Soto? Well, I don't think it affects Juan Soto too much in the respect that he's going to get a big contract. He's going to have the same teams that are interested. 2 days ago, the bids were submitted. The Mets, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Blue Jays, and none other than the Red Sox were the teams who submitted offers. In my opinion, the top two teams, and I've been saying this ad nauseum, are the Mets, are the Yankees. And then, the number 3 team to me has changed multiple times in this race. When we initially started, I had the Blue Jays up there. But you know what? Now, and I kind of felt this after doing my research and learning more and more about the situation. I would have to put the Red Sox at number 3. I think that, and I know Soto liked playing in the Northeast. I don't see him going across the country. I don't see him playing with the Dodgers. I don't see Soto being the 6th or the 7th superstar on that team. I don't. Players like Juan Soto want to build their brand in a big city. You don't build your brand, you don't get your endorsements when you have 6 or 7 other superstars fighting for that same market. It just doesn't work that way. And in the New York Yankees situation, I don't, based on all the commentary and, the reactions from players, reaction from Soto's friends, and Soto's body English, his body language tells me that he wasn't so enamored with the inner workings of the Yankee situation. In the meeting, questioning Hal Steinbrenner, and I will harp on this until the end. His relationship with Hal Steinbrenner, said owner of the New York Yankees, was a point of contention. He had a great relationship with the owner of each of his previous teams. The Padres, Pete Seidler, great relationship with Juan Soto. Mr. Lerner of the Nationals, great relationship with Juan Soto. Hal Steinbrenner on the Yankees, no relationship. Hal Steinbrenner didn't attempt to talk to Juan Soto. Said, I heard. Hal Steinbrenner responds to that by saying, I heard that Juan Soto is a guy who has a process and doesn't like to be bothered. Not true. Not true. Maybe when he's getting ready for a game, he's in game mode, but there are other times, and if you did do your homework on Juan Soto, you would learn that he does value a partnership with the owner of the team that he's on, especially when you are looking for a long-term contract, a 12 to 15 year relationship with said player. You would think Hal Steinbrenner would have went extra heavy with the relationship. Extra heavy. Is there anything I could do to make your stay here as comfortable? Let me know. You come to me. You want to come over for dinner? Steve Cohen, Alex Cohen? Yeah, that could have been something Hal Steinbrenner done. Wined and dined the guy. But, it seemed like Hal Steinbrenner dragged his body across the United States. Such an important man that he is, went to the West Coast, sat down with Juan Soto, basically said, I'm here because it's important. Well, you were there the whole season. You should have made your presence felt, initiated that relationship. Hal Steinbrenner has said, going forward, this is the relationship I like to have. Well, if you're Mr. Juan Soto, you had your opportunity. I see how you get along with Aaron Judge. I see how you get along with Garrett Cole. That is the two players you value. That is their market. Not the same situation in Queens. Great opportunity. You win in Queens. You are a legend for life. Your legacy is that much better. You've already won with the Nationals. Winning with a team like the New York Mets in New York City will be legendary. And I think the New York Mets, with seeing how aggressive the Dodgers are, this is what I would have liked them to do. I would have liked them to put a line in the sand saying, Juan Soto, we want you more than every other team, bar none. We are going to pay you as such more than any other team. Give him a mega offer if you really want him. And I think the Mets certainly do. But you have to give a deadline, because as the free agent season goes on, and now you see the Dodgers are taking advantage of teams like the Mets, like the Yankees, when their attention is elsewhere, folks. Very important. Dodgers, sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. While you have top teams like the Mets, like the Yankees, like the Red Sox. The Red Sox were a potential team for Blake Snell. The Mets, the Yankees, while their attention was elsewhere, the Dodgers were like, all right, here's an offer. So that being said, the Mets cannot let this drag out. I don't think it's going to drag out, but here's my thing. Our offer is good. It will beat any other offer by $50, $75 million. You have everything you want in the contract. If you truly want to sign here, we need an answer before Thanksgiving so that we can put the best collection of talent around you. All right, Juan Soto has a line in the sand. That's what I would have done. I know there are negative repercussions of that, and probably that is why Steve Cohen, and that is why many teams don't set those type of deadlines. But here's a consequence, folks. You see, like I said, Blake Snell signed in the heat of the night, in the dark of the night. One of the best pitchers on the whole market is gone. Yes, there's a slew of options the Mets still have. Free Corbin Burns, Sasaki, Buehler. There are many pitchers available, many bargain contracts available. But the Mets have to be aggressive, and they have to strike now. Strike now, because the Dodgers have struck first. All right, folks. So the overall effect on the market is, I think you're going to see players continue to sign contracts when the money is available. I learning from lessons learned. Last year, like I said, the same thing. If a very fair mega contract is offered, I think players are going to take the money. It may, as the market develops, things may change, but I think we're going to see a whole slew of signings, especially after Juan Soto goes. A lot of that Juan Soto money. Look, you got $600-700 million available that of spending capital from 4 or 5 different teams. There's going to be 4 teams that haven't spent that $600 million that are going to be ready to spend like crazy on their consolation prizes. So the effect on the market is there's going to be more desperation now, especially after they miss out on Juan Soto, and there are going to be less good top tier options because now after the Soto signing, you're going to have Snell gone and you're going to have Soto gone. Arguably, 2 of the maybe top 3 free agents would be gone after Soto signs. So that you're going to see a bunch of teams desperate, a bunch of teams ready and willing to throw out a whole bunch of money. So folks, buckle up, get ready. It's going to be fun. This is MLB free agent, and I know sometimes it can be very slow. I've heard it. We've taken a little break here on Dominance Mets Nation the last couple of days. Things have been slow. Yes, you heard the rumors, but I want action. You want action. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe to communicate better with our channel. Follow us on X at Dominant Mets. Love to see you over there as well. Thank you so much, folks. Again, it is late. It's 3:20 in the morning now. So please please subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, congrats to the Dodgers. Let's go New York Mets.